Greetings and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd, and today is Thursday, December 5th, 2024. And a long time ago, back in 1981, on this date, I was in New Orleans at the Superdome touring with the Rolling Stones. So there's a little side note for you if you didn't know that. All right, we're going to jump right in. I don't have time to do the 4 segments for this video, so I'm going to do 2 segments because it's Thursday morning. I'm on my way to go do my camera gig. That's why I'm in black. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. The Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com, fearlessfloydshow.com, my website. Cyber Week ends tonight at midnight. So if you want a book, want a class, combo, go get that. Go nominate my friend, Dr. Ed Krupp. It's in the description below. Let me throw up this banner for you. Here's all the information that you need for anything else. And we're just going to dive right in and get this rolling for you guys.
To be rich, happy, healthy, have amazing friends, and a beautiful... Everyone wants to be rich, happy, healthy, have amazing friends, and a beautiful family. Most people think that in order to get all of them, you need to get lucky. Well, most people are wrong, okay? And you are not like most people. Welcome to A-Lux, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. This is you. You're over here looking to get over there. You take a step, then another and another. You mind the gap as you take a couple more, and voila, you did it. Looks easy and predictable. But now let's remove a couple of them and see how you do this time. You can still do it, but it takes a lot more effort to go from one tile to the next. Depending on how strong, ready, or lucky you are, you might not be able to make that last jump. Now, let's do this again, but this time remove all the tiles between where you are and where you end up. At this point, not even a double jump is going to get you there. It's impossible for you to attain your goal. Well, this is how most people set goals in life. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be famous. I want to marry a perfect 10. It doesn't matter what your goal is. Without the tiles in between, you'll not be able to achieve it. What you put into the end tile is your big goal, your long-term goal. The tiles in between, those are your short-term goals. And these short-term goals allow you to get to the big goal eventually. Short-term goals are those you aim to achieve within the next 12 months. At the start of the race, everybody has the same goal, to win. But the winner is decided by what happens between the starting line and the finish line. It's always been this way. So in order for you to be successful in life, you need to know what the short-term goals are and get them. Each one will open up the possibility for the next one until you eventually make it to the end. If you feel lost in life, this is why. You lack these short-term goals that allow for life to unfold. Picture this. You're driving your car through the night on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. You've got your headlights on. You might not be able to see the entire road ahead of you, but your headlights shine 200 feet in front of the car. If you're on the right path, those 200 feet of illuminated road are enough to get you to your destination safely. All you have to do is get to the next short-term goal. You don't travel the world all at once. You do it from place to place. Now, today you might not know what will make you a multimillionaire, but that's not what you're after. What you want is to build momentum toward it. Everything of value in your life will unfold as a series of events. Don't try to skip the steps. You go from 0 to 1 by taking the smallest possible action instead of just dreaming about it. From 1 to 10 is about learning the fundamentals and putting them to practice. From 10 to 80, it's the discipline about putting in the work without quitting when it gets really hard. The leap from 80 to 100 and beyond can only happen once you've made 80% of the progress. The light at the end of the tunnel only shows up when you come close to it. You don't see it walking in. As you achieve goals, you'll learn what your next goals should be based on this new information that was revealed to you along the way. And as a golden rule in life, the fewer the steps to the big goal, the harder it is. When you look at it like this, it seems like common sense, but it isn't. Studies suggest that only about 3% of people actually write down their goals. Roughly 83% of people don't have any specific goals, while 14% have goals, but they keep them in their head without committing them to paper or even thinking of a plan to achieve them. Statistically, people who set goals are 10 times more likely to achieve them, according to a Harvard Business Review report. And on top of that, a study conducted at the Dominican University of California found that 61% of the goals written down on paper by the study participants were achieved. Turns out we humans are really good at achieving our goals if only we know exactly what those goals are, especially if we have a good enough reason to follow through and we monitor our progress constantly. You need a North Star in life. You don't need to be perfect, but it's important for you to be directionally correct. Because even if you stop pursuing that big goal halfway through or you fail at it, you'll still end up better off than everyone else who didn't, who got stuck on that first tile. Every little bit of progress you make will make you feel better about yourself and more confident in your ability to make even more progress. Goals that might have been out of reach when you started come into the realm of possibility as you start achieving those short-term goals. You've heard the saying before, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And without the proper tools and the decision to move yourself in the direction of your goals, you'll always be stuck where you are right now, which is why we built the only app specifically designed to help you achieve your goals. We mix the evidence from large-scale academic studies with time-tested frameworks that allow people just like you to overcome their reality and make measurable progress. It's called the ALUX app, and you can download it right now for free by going to alux.com/app. Hundreds of thousands of people are using it to measure and make progress in what we call the 5 pillars of a good life: money, health, relationships, intellect, and emotions. Now, this is a paid product reserved only for those who are serious about their goals. Eventually, everyone finds out the hard way that your life is cheap because you think investing in yourself is expensive. Because look, okay, you don't rise to the level of your goals. Instead, you fall to the level of your systems, your guidance, tools, and insights. But since you're a subscriber to our channel, if you download the app and scan the QR code on screen right now, you'll get 25% off your yearly subscription. It's just our way of saying thank you. Luck is not a strategy. So if you want to dramatically increase your chances of achieving the biggest goals you have in life, allow our international experts to show you how to do it one step at a time. We're on a mission to create 1,000 new millionaires, and we've actually got more than a few who've crossed that line since launching the app, and we want to do the same for you. If you're ready, get yourself a yearly subscription at alux.com/app, and let's do this. If not,
All right. There you go. That's on goals. Cyber Week sale ends midnight. Cyber Week sale ends midnight tonight. So don't hit me up tomorrow going, oh, I missed the sale, Floyd. All right. Remember, nominate Dr. Ed Group. Everything's in the description below. Not in this banner right here, but in the description. And if you'd like to try some mushroom therapy on yourself, your pets, cat, dog, or livestock, fearlessfloydpets.com, fearlessfloydpets@gmail.com if you have any questions about that. All right, we're going to jump on to the next video where I have to get out of here and go get in all that Houston traffic.
Seven years from now, it's going to be 2031, almost 2032. And if you're coming from the future, hello, nice to have you here. But for now, though, when this video is being made, it's 2024, and you're either in the middle of your long-term goals, at the end of your journey, or you're just starting it. How exciting. But whatever stage you're at today, keep watching, okay? Because we're going to show you just how to set your goals for the next 7 years so that when you stumble upon this again, you'll be amazed by how much you've ticked off. But by now, you're probably wondering, why 7 years? Well, let's get into it, because the first part of preparing for the next chapter is number 1, choose a time with significance. You can choose your own timeline, 5, 8, 10 years, whatever, but it has to be something of significance. It's got to be a number that sticks in your head for some reason. We like 7. It's a number that comes up in history, culture, religion, and art time and time again. It also gives you enough time to grow and develop while you're still working towards your goals, but not so much that you feel like a completely different person by the time you reached them. And of course, you'll have short, medium, and long-term goals, but this one, these 7 years, those are going to bring the big changes. Number 2, choose the compass that will guide you. Every journey needs a map, and since you're the only one who knows where you're going, you have to create this map yourself or find one that you can personalize. We've scoured the academic research to find the best map tools that you can personalize, and it's kind of crazy because we only found 2 tools that matched what we were looking for. So the criteria was, 1, the map should include all of the different areas of your life, your relationships, mental and physical health, career and finance. And 2, it should be adjustable so you can fill in where you are now with all of these things and where you'd like to be in 7 years. The first tool is a really popular coaching strategy for determining what you want to focus on.
The average person sees around 10,000 online ads daily. Here's how a man's life would change if he used Pi. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's 100% free. Day 2, he realizes how clean and clutter-free his browsing experience has been since he got Pi. He doesn't have to deal with annoying cookie pop-ups or targeted ads. Day 3, he can finally binge YouTube and Twitch without interruption because Pi works on every website you visit on Chrome. Day 4, he discovers that when he does see ads, he can get paid to see them. Day 5, his life has improved 1,000 times because of the peace he gets from experiencing an ad-free internet. He decides he never wants to go back to life without Pi and tells all his friends and family to download it. See how Pi can improve your life today.
It's called the Wheel of Life. It's pretty basic, but that's what makes it so effective. Now, the second one, okay guys, I know we're biased, but hear us out. The ALUX app is truly the best personalized tool for your goals out there. You start off with a survey that asks you questions about the different areas of your life, and your answers to the survey are put into an algorithm that calculates which areas you're really good at, which ones you need to work on, and which ones you really need to focus on. And then it creates a personalized 3-month learning path for you filled in with different lessons, courses, and action steps you can take. You can also fill in your goals and it will follow your progress. And there's so much more. Is it really that biased when the product is so genuinely epic? We've got a little gift for you at the end of this video if you want to try it out yourself, so stay tuned for that. All right, moving on to number 3, throw yourself into a motivating philosophy. Have you ever had that moment of realization when you hear a quote or read a message that makes all the cogs in your brain just click together? Like, holy, I'm not alone, and this makes total sense. These moments are huge motivators, and you'll click and spark every time you see or hear your motivating philosophy. So you have to make it your mission to find one, or many of them, that gets you the most. Stick that philosophy on your bathroom mirror, your kitchen fridge, or your computer, wherever you're going to see it daily and be reminded of what you're doing all of this for. Some of our favorites are, Tony Robbins said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." American author John Shedd said, "A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not why ships are built." Or Nietzsche, he who has a why can live to bear almost any how. Or Will Durant, who translated Aristotle's words, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. One impactful quote can remind you to focus, take chances, have purpose, and keep doing what you need to do. Find the quote or passage that resonates with you, and it'll be like a teleportation device that takes you to your world of goals in a nanosecond. Number 4, decide where you'll write everything. Maybe everywhere is best. Who knows where you're going to be 7 years from now? New home, new city, new country, things might get lost along the way. So you need to be writing your goal manifesto and summaries in multiple places. Write it in Google Docs and print it. Write the summaries on Post-it notes or big cardboard paper and stick it up where you can see it every day. Use the sticky notes on your computer or use a calendar reminder or any one of these productivity tools that you love. Or our app, of course. Let's not forget that. There is a journaling feature built right in.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and
Might seem like a pointless step to consider, but trust us, okay? It's a big one. Number 5, now you create your goal manifesto. So these are big goals, 7-year timeframes that tackle the 5 main pillars of your life. Just writing down one big goal for each pillar isn't good enough, not by a long shot. If you really want to get that end goal, you're going to have to spend a few hours creating your goal manifesto. It's actually more like a manual, but manifesto sounds more powerful and interesting, so we're going to go with that. Write it all down in your own words. Words that are influenced by your emotions, opinions, excitement, and even fear. They have an incredibly strong pull on your motivation. So your first step in those goal books is to write down a little bit about yourself, why you're doing this, and then talk about where you are right now with each of these 5 pillars in your life. Add some humor, some kindness, and empathy to yourself, and a whole lot of encouragement. Number 6, add your timeline of events to your manifesto. Did you know that studies have shown that people who add action steps and a timeline to their goals are significantly more likely to reach them compared to those who just write them down? So look, okay, you have to get that timeline on lock. In your document, each of your 5 life pillars, finance, this is also where you're going to put your career goals, intellect, emotional health, physical health, and your relationships, they'll all have their own big 7-year goal. And then you'll break down that one goal into yearly goals, then quarterly goals. Each time you break it down, you have to include what you're going to do to reach those goals. So let's say your 7-year finance goal is to accumulate $100,000 in investments. So break it down year by year. You make your year 1 goal to save $5,000 and to learn about stock market investing. Then you break that down by quarter. So Q1, you set up an emergency fund and learn about budgeting tools. So month 1, you take our app course, Money 101, and start saving about $400 a month. In year 2, you increase your savings to $10,000 and begin investing in low-risk stocks or index funds. By year 6, your investments have grown to $75,000. Now, in some ways, this is an easy, idealized version, but if you tried to plan for every single obstacle or thing that could go wrong, you'd spend the entire year just trying to create this goal manifesto. So keep it simple. Number 7, figure out how you'll space out your milestone celebrations. Because you have to add some fun into your goal planning, something to look forward to. And what better way to do that than planning how you'll celebrate once you've reached that goal? You can decide if it's something you'll celebrate every quarter. Please don't do every month for the next 7 years, okay? It's just too much. Or you could do every year. Give yourself a decent treat for those yearly goals. It's not easy, but you did it. Think of celebrations that are out of the box, things that don't cost a ton of money, that you don't do often, and will feel like fun celebratory time. Take a solo trip somewhere, go to a concert of someone you love, or create a milestone day ritual. Even if these things are like a normal weekend for you. First of all, lucky you, but setting aside that experience as a celebration feels a lot more meaningful and fulfilling. Number 8, pull yourself out of that research hole. When you're knee-deep in unpacking your goals, creating your timeline, and figuring out what tools, resources, and courses are the best option for you, it can become really easy to get bogged down by the semantics. Suddenly, you've got a Google sheet of different courses you can do next, their costs, time frame, and reviews, and that's just for Q1 of year one of the next 7 years. And look, okay, if you're a type A personality who can spend hours on that without losing steam, go ahead, all right, fill your boots. But for a lot of people, that detailed planning can seem exciting at first, but there's a lot to do here. And if you spend all that time on every goal, you're going to tire yourself out, okay? Once you've gotten to your main points, your goals, your timeline, and your celebration details, pack it up, okay? Don't go stuffing your manifesto with the smallest details. They don't matter. Just find the damn course or pickleball team or brokerage account, sign up, pay, and get started. Number 9, start your trial month. When you've got a clear outline of so many different goals, it feels natural to start all of them at the same time. Full steam ahead, a whole life of change, starting on Monday. You'll quickly notice, though, that even when you've made your first steps small and achievable, getting everything off the ground in one go is going to lead to a crash somewhere. And that's okay. That happens with goals. That's why you give yourself a trial month. It's the month where you try to do all of it, and since it's a trial, you don't start at the beginning again if you don't meet a deadline. You just pick up where you are. You need your trial month to see your mental and physical bandwidth. Don't make any changes this month. Just keep going according to your plan, even if you've realized that your plan was kind of flawed or maybe even a little bit crazy. This trial time allows you to see how far you can push yourself, because you can probably do a lot more than you realize. Number 10, it's time to make your adjustments. Only after your trial month, once you've tried, fallen, gotten back up, and fallen again, that's when you're going to make the adjustments. This gives you enough time to see which goals you were maybe too ambitious with when it comes to putting them into action. When wanting to get fit and healthy, for example, most beginners, people who have never been to the gym before, start off with aiming to hit the gym an average of 6 days a week. That is insane for a beginner, okay? And it can be dangerous too. If you miss one day, well, then you feel like you've missed your entire goal. So you do as much as you can, okay? You don't throw in the towel completely, but you just keep your initial goal for a month, see how close you're able to get to it, and then make those adjustments as necessary. Number 11, set up the logistics and tie yourself down to phase 1. Okay, so now that you've made your adjustments, it's time to sign the contracts. The gym contract, the tennis membership, getting the coursework textbooks, signing up for that personal branding workshop. It's probably going to be a bit of a poor month for you, but you'll be so busy with all of the different goals you have, you're not going to miss spending $100 drinking on a Friday night in exchange for a beautiful Saturday morning hangover. Number 12, slot your steps into your routine. So about those Friday night drinks, you can't cut yourself off completely from the people in your life because you have a 7-year vision here. You'll start feeling lonely pretty quick. So fit your action steps into whatever routine you already have. Build on the life you have now instead of building your life around your goals, because this is just a way more sustainable way to do things. It's like what James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. The best way to build a new habit is to stack it on top of an existing one. These steps are new habits, so don't change everything for them. Make them fit into what you already have going on. Number 13, expand your goal horizons, because it's not just about the mission. When you've been so diligent with your goal plans and following the steps, it's easy to forget about how helpful and fun other resources can be. Don't be afraid of listening to podcasts and reading books that kind of relate to your goals in a roundabout way, but don't directly focus on what you're doing. It's a good way to get out of your head while still keeping your plan at the back of your mind. Have fun learning about the way different things relate to your goals, like that $100,000 investment goal. You don't just have to listen to finance podcasts or read investment books for that. You can come at it from different perspectives, like reading a book like The Psychology of Money, where the author shares short stories from different people on how they see money. Broaden your education around it, Alexer. Make the learning part fun. Number 14, change things up when you start getting bored. Because look, okay, you'll inevitably start getting bored with your actions, and there might even come a time when you throw all of your hard work and planning out the window and decide to change everything. That's the nature of your game. As long as you don't lose track of where you are or the motivation to keep going, make those changes in your plans to keep things interesting. The destination is the same, you're just taking a more scenic route to get there. And number 15, it's been 7 years. How did you do? Because in 7 years, once you've built the habits and celebrated the years and made this huge goal a part of your daily life, you've done it. It was a big undertaking, but not as big as you thought, right? And best of
There you go. Let me give you 2 kernels of wisdom that I try to live by. One is by the late John Wooden, the UCLA college basketball coach. If you can't find time to do it right the first time, when are you going to find time to do it right the second time? The next one is from the late martial artist, actor, director, producer, Bruce Lee. Be like water. That means take the path of least resistance. Those are 2 tips I'm going to give you. I will probably do part 2 tonight when I get back from my camera gig. So I just want to get this guy up to you and give you a show today. So thank you for being here. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. Thank you very much. I will see you either later tonight or tomorrow, Friday at high noon.